Hi, I'm Pat Baer, and welcome to Pat Baer's Anime Club. It's my ongoing video series where every other Monday I make something that I want to chat with you about that involves anime. It could be a deep dive into a subgenre, or a look at the current season or a season's past. In this case, it is a look at the current season because it is, of course, 4 Winter 2026 recommendations. That's right. There's a bunch of good stuff this season. There's a lot of not so great stuff. It's not the heaviest and hardest hitting winter season. We got some returning stuff, one of which I'll include here. We've got a lot of isekai that is bad to mid, let's say. Did I include 2 isekai in my recommendations? Of course I did. You know I watch a lot of them. Do I think one of them is genuinely good? Yes. Let's get to the one that isn't good. It's good, but it's not good. It's not great. Let's say that. Noble reincarnation, born blessed, so I'll obtain ultimate power. Sorry, I said it wrong. I'm not correcting myself. I'll repeat myself here, though. Noble reincarnation, born blessed, so I'll obtain unlimited power. Our main character died, got reincarnated, is now an overpowered little guy. He's got all kinds of abilities. And he's just an overpowered main character doing his thing for 5 episodes. He is 6 years old, and then he's just turned 12. They did a time skip, and he's just got cool powers and cool abilities, and he's got this thing where the territory that he runs, he's the 7th prince or 17th prince or whatever. The territory he runs, his people's abilities are also his abilities. So having a powerful union interested in his well-being makes him stronger. So literally keeping people happy and healthy and, and if you want to be an asshole about it, indebted to him, makes him stronger. So he is obliged to be a good leader and a strong leader, even at the age of 6. And it's just people messing around. The girl that has the top hat there, the pink-haired girl, she's just a singer that he thought was pretty great. And so he made it so that she got paid well to sing because he was like, yeah, I want to stop in here and hear you sing. It's really nice. And then people were messing with her, and he was like, okay, well, you're all done. What are we doing here? And that is kind of his case in a lot of instances. He pays well for people. He rewards loyalty because, again, loyalty makes him stronger. And then he also just has a bunch of knowledge. It's a whole thing. It's a lot, but it's also just a really easy watch. It is so watchable. Again, I don't know if I'm starting strong here, but I do know that there is a audience out there for this kind of anime. There are people who are going to be into this thing. Last year, in America anyway, the most successful Amazon Prime series was an overpowered main character show. It wasn't City. It wasn't the Gundam show. It was a show about an overpowered main character, battle and stuff. People like that stuff. For good or bad, people like that stuff. So, there we go. Also watch City. Watch my anime of, my second favorite anime of 2025. It's really good. Anyway, yeah, Noble Reincarnation. It's a thing. Let's talk about the other isekai. And this one I think is legitimately good. Isekai Office Worker. The other world's books depend on the bean counter. So our dude is this is not a banished, but it is an isekai where it's an accidental summoning. He was not meant to be summoned. He got swept along with it. And he's not a saint or a saintess. The saintess was summoned. He's not that. He's just a guy. And unfortunately, he's a guy that only feels at peace when he's working. He's a workaholic. And so he asks for a job, and he ends up in the accounting department where he doesn't care about, nobles and payoffs. He's just doing his job. He kind of makes some enemies, but also makes some friends in that department, working really hard. And he relied on energy drinks in his previous life so he's relying on potions to keep him going. But his body is not used to magic at all. So he's in trouble because of these potions, or just to be in general being there. And so the hottest knight in the kingdom there, who works in his department, takes an interest in him and wants to help him. And the way to help him is to regulate the magic inside of him. And in a move straight out of slash fiction, pulled purely out of the wonderful world of fan fiction, also a plot point in many a anime that you can't necessarily recommend for other instances, or visual novels that are adult in nature. Sex is the solution. So it's a BL, it's the boys' love. There are 3 boys' love isekai this season. This is the good one. Well, one's okay, and one I haven't touched at all. And then there's also the queer romance this season that is queer because everyone thinks of this girl as a dude, and another dude is interested in her. But is it because that's another anime, and that one's good. That one's good. We're talking about this one right here. And, there's some action. He's not necessarily involved in action. There's a lot of drama, and there are feelings being caught. And so there is a tension there. This is not a romp. It's really well done and really well voice acted, and it's cool that it's being pushed by Crunchyroll, and that it's found an audience, and I really like it. And I think this should not be a hard sell for you. That this boys love anime that has a fantasy element to it, because I don't know. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, all right, okay, all right, anime. Oh sure, okay. I really like that and enjoy that. Isekai Office Worker, I think, is really fun, and you should check it out. Moving on to our third recommendation. Let's stick with romance and a little bit of fantasy, but more of the supernatural fantasy. Let's talk about The Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife. I love a title that's a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler, it's going to work out. So, hey, he's an invisible man, and she's blind. You can kind of tell by the photo. That's what we're up to. He runs a detective agency because becoming invisible is unusual in this world. World with monsters and demi-humans and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, it's weird that he can turn invisible. And that makes it great for his detective work. And the only person that really sees him is blind. It's just it's such a good premise. Do I love a power dynamic like that where a boss and employee relationship thing happens? Not really. I don't love that. It's not my favorite part of the office place romance thing. I much prefer a relationship that is closer in dynamic, dynamics, so they're like coworkers more than or other departments, if there is the disparity, than that, like a small office. I don't love that part, but every other part of it I love so much. Her senses are heightened because of her blindness, so she gets an idea. She knows where he is in the room, where other people wouldn't. And he's intrigued by that. And then also she's just really sweet and a hard worker, and he loves that. And they're learning about one another, and it's a slow burn. It's really fun. I like the dude who's just the other employee who's an asshole, and then the caring nature, the nurturing beast woman, and it's got a good supporting cast, like I said, and it's just I don't know, nice. And I'm a broken record about this, but I've mentioned it before, and it does bear repeating here. As I've gotten older, I am less interested in the high school-based rom-coms, and there are a couple this season. There's some dramas and some romantic comedies, but there are some romance this season, and I'm not as interested in those. There's like one where it's like he's a dork and she's popular. How are they going to work out? And I'm like, because it's an anime. Like, yeah, it's going to work out. He's nice and she wasn't expecting that. Like, okay, I don't yearn for that like I used to because I've gotten older, and so. Even if she is maybe on the younger side of being in the workforce, she's still an adult, and he's an adult, and that's nice. That's just nice. The whole thing is nice. It's very cute and fun. Maybe it's a little milquetoast for you, but I think it's real fun. And again, same thing with the guy, the World of Magic one, the ice guy, and his cool female coworker or companion, whatever one, that one, the ice guy. That one was really fun because it was like, it wasn't like he was harboring a secret. It's just a world where there's abilities. I like that a lot. So yeah, this one I'm really enjoying. And then finally, one more recommendation for you. You knew it was coming. Frieren, season 2. Unfortunately, only 11 episodes for this season, but it makes sense. One, I don't know if there's going to be a part 2. For season 2. And 2, I know that there is a big story arc coming that would be a whole season. And it's better that they're just going to do this kind of like smaller season of it before they dive into, we have to do this. And there's a lot of flashbacks and it's a whole thing. Like that's a 2 core right there of an arc coming up. So this one is just like the more adventures of our characters. Recently, our 2 human characters went on a date and it was like, hell yeah. And there's like a lot of small little stories. There's some good Himmel flashbacks. It's just more of the thing that you like. My second favorite show of 2023 and my favorite show of 2024, I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember, but it was like, these have been some of my favorite anime. Frieren is just remarkable. Unbelievable. Maybe it was 2022. I don't remember. Whatever it is. Frieren is my favorite. Was my favorite show. Its second core. It is phenomenal, and it continues to be phenomenal. I know some people think it's too slow because they saw the action scenes and they would like more of Stark fighting a dragon and Frieren using a ancient spell against a demon. But I don't need all of that because it is a slow journey. They're redoing Himmel's pilgrimage to go to Himmel eventually, and then things happen, and it's great. Like I don't know what else to tell you. It's so far got everything you want from the series. Like I'm gonna keep talking about how good it is until it's over, and then it'll be season 3 or maybe it's a 2 core. All I know is 11 episodes for this. There might be a second half. There might be a part 2. I don't know. I can't tell you. It might roll right into more episodes, and the 11 is a lie. I don't know. But that is the word out there. There's 11 episodes this season, and I don't mind that. Frieren is truly an exceptional anime. So I recommend getting into it because I think you'll like it. I know I do. And that is for winter 2026 recommendations. I'm watching a bunch of other stuff. There are some things I haven't started yet. I just dropped a show that I wasn't really loving. I've got a few other things that I've been enjoying, some other isekai that are like whatever. Oshinoko season 3 is hitting for me. I know some people aren't psyched about it, but it's doing the things I like about the show. And I also know that at a certain point, the manga just fucking falls off a cliff. So I'm not too worried about it being disappointing. And eventually it's hitting right now. And I'm kind of enjoying the ride. And I recommend enjoying the ride when you can. And yeah, there's some other stuff. Like I said, there's some stuff I haven't watched yet. There are a few things on High Dive I haven't seen because I don't have High Dive right now. I am going to get it because High Dive picked up a show from a couple years ago that didn't didn't have a regular release when it came out internationally, and they just picked up something that I'm interested in checking out because it is a girls doing things show, and we don't have any of those this season. And I want one, so I like them a lot. And that's going to do it for this episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. If you have ideas for future videos, please let me know. I think that I have 2 ideas so far. Well, I do have favorite shows of 2026 so far, which will be at the half point. So we're only in the fall, winter season. So that's a future video. That's a video after the spring season is over. So that is a July video at the earliest, if not August. But I have a couple ideas of stuff, but I'm always looking for more. If you want more manga coverage, Weird Manga Premises Part 6 or whatever. Maybe it's 5, I don't know. If you like the video where I talked about shows that I hate watched, let me know if you want more of that. I do have the alternative to that, which is shows that I constantly revisit. That's a video that's coming out. Favorite original anime. I'm going to talk about that in a video coming up. So let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me do a video on, because I always love hearing from you about that. Thanks so much for watching this one. Share it with a friend if you've been talking to people who are like, I don't know what to watch this season. Maybe my video will help them out. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.